Okay, I'd like to bring the Board of Health meeting for Tuesday, October 8th together. Roll call.
Christian Roman Ramirez. Charles Serene.
James Buquia. We're all here. Addition to the leasing, not anticipated 48 hours in advance. I have nothing. Nobody?
Well, we continued the tobacco hearing because we weren't sure that we were gonna have a full board.
Okay,
So quorum is not the correct word to have there. It should be board because we would have had a quorum with just two of you.
yes, correct.
There are no septic permits for review and I still don't have minutes.
No
So
minutes.
those will be,
Any hall regulations?
we'll talk about that, just a brief update.
Okay, so
Okay.
Rick, we'll go with you now. I think it's 88.
88
Wallace
Wallace
Hill
Hill,
Road?
yes.
correct.
Want to put your drawings right on the table here?
I didn't know if Rick was speaking or I am.
Can you hear us, Rick?
Yep, I can.
Okay.
Go ahead and talk to us, Rick.
Okay. So is anybody else there for this? Dan Proctor, Jack Maloney?
Just me.
All right. So this is a property that's got a failing system and they're just looking to upgrade. It's an existing 2-bedroom house. We hit some ledge in the original area where they were proposing to put the system. That's shown as TP1 on the drawing. So we ended up kind of in that corner where we found some depth of soil. And so they're looking to put the system right there. It's a dug well that's shared by these two neighbors. And so they've got suction lines that go. This is Title V requires that a suction line have the same offset requirements as a well. So it's 100 feet from the well and the suction line to the leaching area. And so they are requesting a reduction in that offset from 100 feet to 76 feet. And there should be a green card and a letter from Proctor's that went to that one abutter that's affected, which is the Title V requirement. But on this one, the ledge kind of dictated where we ended up. But it is in full compliance other than that offset to the suction line.
Where's the 76-foot radius? This is it right here.
Yeah, so this is the 100-foot. So this is what the 100-foot from that
Okay,
suction line would be. So 76 would be right to here.
76 is right there.
That's
Okay.
correct. So we're 100 feet from this well and this suction line, which is, the house here. So here's the
Okay.
100-foot to that.
Everybody see this?
Yes.
So we know what we're doing there. So is that the variance you gotta have for this, Rick?
That's the only one. Yep.
Okay, somebody wanna make a motion to approve that variance for the distance?
I'll
from-
make a motion to approve the requested variance.
Okay, 76 feet opposed to 100.
I second it.
Okay, all in favor? Aye. Anything else going on with that, Rick?
That's the only thing with this one. So there should be a permit to sign for that as well.
Okay.
What do I owe you for that?
It's need owner signature.
Okay.
All right, doesn't wanna take it.
Yeah, it says right there. It's all set. I would like to issue a permit number for it, so
Okay.
can you send someone to the office tomorrow?
Sure.
to Physically pick it up,
Okay.
and it'll be ready to go,
Sounds like a plan.
okay?
What time call?
I'll be in the office tomorrow from 8 to 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry about forgetting your name there.
No problem.
Shouldn't have to look at
We all look the same, Dana.
that. Dana, thanks a lot. I'm not even going there on one page.
That was good, that was good.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too, thanks.
20 Balsam Drive, septic upgrade.
Right. Is anybody there for this one to represent?
Nope.
No.
No. Okay. So same thing, failing house with a failing system. They're looking to install infiltrator chambers in the backyard. 2,500 gallon 2-compartment tank that'll gravity feed to those chambers. the property does drop off pretty quickly in the back. So to catch the grading, they are proposing an impervious barrier on that backside of the chambers. And, it's in full compliance, so they are not asking for any variances. It's full compliance with the upgrade regulations.
What are you putting the rubber barrier in?
Yeah, it'll be a 40 mil poly barrier.
Okay. You want a motion on that, Rick?
Yes, please. And then there should be a permit to sign for this one as well.
Okay.
Propose a motion for the 20 Boston Drive septic upgrade. I second it.
All in favor? Aye. Cool.
Rick, I don't think we have anything more for you because the tobacco regulations were continued.
Yeah, I don't think so. So, thanks. Have a good night.
Thanks,
Thank
you
you,
too. I'll see you Thursday.
All right.
So it's rescheduled for the 22nd. So make sure I'm not gonna screw this up. 22nd I have open, okay. Board of Health, it's already booked.
Okay. So hauler regulations, just wanted to let you know that where the pay-as-you-throw program has come out, there's been at least 2 people that have asked for hauler permits. We're really good at monitoring things, but whereas there's gonna be a lot more haulers with private people, I asked for liability insurance, I asked for everything to be completely up to date. So that was here in case any of the haulers had not given me the information. I told them that I would bring it to the board on the 8th, but everyone has complied very nicely.
And what is this hauler?
A hauler is, so we have about, I think there's about 12 of them. So let's talk about Murray Waste and Son.
Okay.
They're out of Ashby. They offer the same disposal as Shaw's for monthly for trash. So people can call them versus Shaw's. So then you're gonna start seeing Murray containers around. You'll start seeing, I don't think you're gonna see any waste management. I don't think you're gonna see any.
They're too big, they won't be here.
I
It'll be
really
the small
think that
guys.
Ken's trash and hauling out of Athol just came into town. And he's one of the new ones and he's very aggressively pricing, so we wanna make sure that all their insurance and all their information is up to date, which we've
And they're
accomplished.
putting in dumpsters or just the barrels?
Depends on what the customer wants. They can put dumpsters at their property, they can put, they can do weekly
What
trash
is
and
the
recycling.
rule on, if you put a dumpster, it has to be emptied once a week or once every 2 weeks? What would the rule be on that if you're putting food and garbage?
I wanna double check, my mind is saying 1 month, it has to be every month, but we do have very strict hauler regulations.
All right, because that's gonna be smell. I know my neighbor's got a dumpster and they barely had 1 barrel a week. So I'm gonna be smelling that pretty soon.
Mhm.
All right.
It's out of our control at this time because of the way they went at this whole thing, Mickey
I know,
Mouse.
everybody's,
Yeah, it's a damn sin what they've done to this town with the regulation, with the contract for Shaw's is where it should be.
how is the sale of the bags going? Is the town gonna recoup 500,000 or no? Does anybody have numbers yet?
They went off the shelf like wildfire and it's gonna stop dead.
Yeah, okay.
McNabb's has run out again already.
What's her name?
McNabb's is out of bags already, so they have a small store, so it's really hard for them
Yeah.
to store
Okay,
the material. I completely understand that. But we've added the Townsend package store in Walgreens has joined in as well.
okay.
So,
Okay,
and
interesting.
hopefully, I'm hoping the brick store will join in because they're the same owners as the Townsend package store.
Mhm.
So I really thought that they would have jumped in because everything seems to be over here, so everyone in West Townsend really has to travel a ways.
And he
I
needs
want
to
it.
promote his business. It would be good, to have a big sign out.
Absolutely,
Okay,
so
that's
maybe he
it.
just needs to get
Mhm.
opened, it's very new to him, so.
Okay,
So that's what we were doing with that.
And we have no idea what's gonna happen now for next year for the renewal of the trash contract. Cause it's so messed up right now, I don't know where people are gonna
Well,
go.
you're gonna, it's your job as the Board of Health to
Yes.
start meeting with Glenn. We typically do that in November, so, let's start meeting with him in December and talk about what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Cause we've
What's
gotta
gonna
have
happen?
some game plan, unlike what happened recently, we have to put our act together and be professional about what we're proposing to the town.
Mhm.
Because this upset the whole town, the town is all on edge. Carla texted me the most obnoxious, dirty, blown away, disgusting message that she received, and this woman went ballistic and she didn't bear any punches, she just let Carla have it. Totally out of whack, it
Mhm.
was disgusting, and it went on for about 6 minutes. Maybe a little bit longer. I was taken away because she had words I didn't know.
30 years, I was telling Christian, 30 years, or was I telling you, Paul?
Yeah.
30 years, never in my wildest dreams has anything ever come across. People are upset. They're upset and,
And I know that we don't have a crystal ball to predict, but I don't know if at some point we should assess as soon as possible, because if we're not receiving the revenues and if this is not going as a
Proposed,
proposed previous select board, that was here, I think that, I don't know if we should take immediate action, because we just cannot wait. If we have the contract that for the trash contract coming in versus what we're facing on,
the first month of revenue for these bags will be astronomically more than the previous, because the people get all hyped up. So the most bag revenue you're gonna get is going to be in October. The revenue, they ran out of the bags that we had, an invoice came in. They are charging the town for the bags, at this point, because the lawyers haven't worked out how it will come out without the town not putting in any money, but at this point, the town will have to pay for the new bags, and they ordered 29 cases. And, so there's 29 new cases that were out there. I have just submitted my last revenue here for October, but I still have about 150 bags that are here. So we've set up 2 different account numbers to make sure that the bags that we have from the Board of Health are going into that account. The first week, just to give you an idea, the first week that it was done in the public, we had $1,200 in bag revenue in a week. Right now, I'm seeing it as 300 to 400, but that's just what I sell in the town hall. It doesn't include what was sold. Waste Zero's revenue last month was $875, but then there's $2,300 that's out there in the wire transfer that hasn't actually gotten to the town. So you're looking at 3,000, but you do the math, 3,000.
it's a long way from 550 grand.
that's why, I just want to, just to lay out there that I think that at least as part of the Board of Health, I'm just concerned that where this is gonna go, and the timing, it's.
We don't even have a board of selectmen right now. So they're not meeting again until the 16th, of November. And then they're gonna have to be thrown into chaos and get caught up. So I think the biggest priority should be for that new Board of Selectmen is start meeting with the Board of Health and let's jointly decide how we're going to solve this problem. You have 2 new board members. We already know Teresa is fully supportive of you.
Yep.
So let's hopefully pray for a positive result with the new candidates.
And remember, public, one of the candidates that's running again for the position is one of the people that put us in this $550,000 deficit. So when you're casting your ballots, pay attention.
I'm supporting this by buying bags, but last week I used 5 bags. Mathematically, it's gonna be cheaper for me to leave the program and hire
Yeah.
at $50 a month is gonna
Yeah,
be cheap.
the larger families are
This
gonna have
week,
that
I
problem.
was gone for 6 days and I had 2 bags. Still, I'm gonna use 5 bags a week is
Yeah.
what my minimum is gonna be.
Mhm.
So it'll be cheaper when I'm out of bags
Yeah.
to hire maybe
Correct.
Shaw Direct.
Correct, they didn't put any
50
thought into what was gonna
$50 a
happen,
month.
they did no numbers, they just panicked, screamed, and this is what's gonna happen. And they wouldn't take any advice from us, and we told them, no, it's not gonna work. So we have no fault in this whatsoever,
No,
none.
most people in the town don't know that though.
Well, that's why I'm voicing it on film unless they cut it all out when they put it on air, because that's happened before.
Okay.
So I'm not afraid of anybody. Especially, I'll leave it at that.
Okay, let's leave it at that.
Okay, so the hall regulations, you're all set with those,
I
Carla?
am.
All right, fantastic.
So invoices, have a few, Lorden, only $185, but we were on a propane and it is that time of year. Tough Stuff Recycling, we have 2 invoices in July and September that we did not pay because it was going to an old accountant's address. So we have since finalized that, and $2,112 for a mattress disposal is coming out of the $40. Staples, I had toner, which is used for the flyers, the flyers that all went out, and the color, it cost a lot for the toner. I ordered the wrong toner, I returned it, I got a credit, so when I ordered the right toner, this bill is only $4.89, which reflects the difference between the one that I ordered, and
I think that's the smallest refund we've ever seen.
it was pretty funny. None of us could figure out why it wasn't going in the printer. And we're all looking at it, and then I don't know who it was that said, oh my gosh, this is off by a number. Okay. So here we have, Shaw's monthly bill. Let's talk about this for a minute if you'd like. So July, your trash was at 200 tons and change, and your recycling was 70 tons and change. Then in August, your trash went up to 101.5 and your recycling went down to 67. So it's still almost the same amount of money. September, okay, now people know what's going on. Trash, 180. Okay, so you've already taken it down 20 tons, and recycling has gone down 3 tons. So there's much less trash and recycling that is happening now. I can't wait to see October.
Interesting.
B&D Waste is come back offering us a $10 discount for the needle removal, which for some reason has picked up a lot. The police department came to me with a bag of needles. The container had needles that were in, so I could have poked my hand. And it was pretty bad. I was like, what do you want me to do with this? We had to empty them in, but that's not the point of the program, is everything has to be an impervious surface. And if the police department is gonna be picking up needles and just bringing them in Ziploc bags, that's not gonna work. So hopefully it's just a one-time
They don't
case.
have a container at the police department that they go in? There should be.
I think that they were picked up on the side of the road.
Ooh, okay.
But there was,
Things happen.
and they were in a Ziploc bag, and then the Ziploc bag had been punctured, and then the needle was in the cardboard box sticking out. So when I picked it up, there was a needle sticking right out, and we can't have that.
No,
So, Unitil, $70 normal, and we have our wood and plastic was removed, which is part of the grant from the recycling center. So that is $1,088 that is part of a grant, but then the bulky, we do have to pay for, which is $360. So there's 2 invoices here. So you sign the first page and the back page because they come out of different accounts. That grant really saves us right now with the amount of debris that we have.
I've been quitting on me.
So I will be out,
See this unit though, Bill, I've never seen one this low. $70. Wow.
It's usually 40 something. I was a little upset about that.
And mine was
Um,
1337 on this one.
So I will be out of the office on the 22nd through the 25th. The phones will be forwarded to the selectman's office. So if they have problems about trash, if they have problems about the overflow bags, the quality, anything will go up to them because I don't think that I'm gonna be able to take calls. I will in the first and second weeks of November, I will not be able to drive, but I will be able to work, so I will be working from home. But I have to wait at least a minimum of 3 weeks before I'm able to drive.
Okay.
Okay, I wanna say, from the Board of Health, we really appreciate the good job you're doing, Carla.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good job. Got all the invoices and minutes?
That is it.
All right, recycling upgrade?
We really don't have any update, we're status quo. Actually, I do have a little update, we have a volunteer that has come, a retired person. Who, Philip, who has been down there now, I think it's his second time down, and he is now manning the compost pile. Making sure that people are not throwing things that they shouldn't be throwing out, because I do have a concern that that will become a pit of, things that shouldn't be there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we could possibly have rodent issues. And from the amount of seagulls that were flying over it when I went there to pick up payroll last week, it was
Okay.
evident that there are things that are being disposed of that shouldn't be.
Yeah.
So his job now is clearly to sit out in the back and help assist people, make sure that if they have their yard debris, which is all coming up, because the leaves are gonna start falling, don't bring them with plastic bags. They
Yeah,
don't belong in the compost pile. So it's gonna be a huge help that he's here, huge, super excited over that.
Fantastic. Anybody else got anything to share? No? We're gonna make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.